I just swatted a mosquito. And inexplicably, my blood energy increased by 0.01. This was a pleasant surprise for me, a dropout of 6 months. Compared to the role models who improve through blood energy pills, daily wages are more important for filling my stomach. Hunting ferocious beasts is something I don't even dare to think about. In the wake of the spiritual energy revival, ferocious beasts run rampant, and demonic creatures roam freely. Martial artists have become the absolute core force in protecting our homeland. They not only have a noble status, but also enjoy various social privileges. In addition, they can also more easily earn wealth that ordinary people can hardly imagine. At first, I didn't take it seriously and prepared to continue sleeping. But I didn't expect that in the next moment. Killing a mosquito increased my blood energy by 0.01. I sat up in pain, looking at the virtual panel in front of me. Name, Chin Fan, age, 18, realm, none, blood energy, 82.012. I patted my cheeks, and after repeatedly confirming that it wasn't a dream, I was instantly overjoyed. I've been transmigrated to this world for 18 years. And my golden finger has finally arrived. Thinking that just now, killing a mosquito increased my blood energy by 0.01. And one blood energy pill can probably increase blood energy by 6 points. Wouldn't that mean that killing 600 mosquitoes is equivalent to one blood energy pill? Thinking of this, I suddenly felt motivated. And even the tiredness of the day seemed to fade away. I looked around. There were still 3 mosquitoes in the mosquito net. And after impatiently killing them, a slight warmth spread through my body. Although it was very weak, I could indeed feel my blood energy increasing. Afterward, I tossed and turned in the room for more than 20 minutes and killed 6 mosquitoes. Now my blood energy value is 82.1. However, now there's no trace of mosquitoes in the room. Suddenly, I saw a fly on the dining table. If mosquitoes work, what about flies? I swatted one dead. Slain one fly, chi and blood plus 0.01. I was overjoyed in an instant. Since flies work too, my mind was immediately opened. If you're talking about where there are a lot of flies, it's definitely the garbage dump in the community. Thinking of this, I immediately looked down on the few flies at home and went out the door with my King Gun brand insecticide spray. Arriving in front of the garbage dump, flies were buzzing and flying everywhere. I picked up the insecticide and started spraying. One by one, the flies slowly fell down. This is indeed much faster than using a fly swatter at home. But it would be even better if it were faster. Xiao Fan, what are you doing? An old hunchbacked man came over with his hands behind his back. It's Grandpa Wang, I'm just killing flies and insects to serve the people. It's rare that you have this intention, but your method is not very good. I have pesticides and a sprayer at home, you can try them. My eyes lit up, then I'll trouble you, Grandpa Wang. After a while, I put on the sprayer and started spraying directly. Flies fell down like raindrops. The system prompts in my ears were as dense as pear blossoms in a rainstorm. To me, this was the most beautiful music in the world. After 3 minutes, the battle was over. The dead flies in the garbage dump were a dense layer. When I looked at the panel, my chi and blood had reached 94. I was immediately startled. It increased by nearly 12 points of chi and blood, equivalent to 2 chi and blood pills, which would be worth 20 or 30,000 yuan. I took a deep breath. If it had been before, I might not have been able to save so much money in my entire life. I was so excited that I almost couldn't help but howl. I couldn't help but carry the sprayer out of the community. The neighborhood next door is called Yutsue Shangfu, which is much larger than the century community where I live. I wandered around inside and finally found the garbage dump, where I immediately started the battle. Many residents saw me busying around the garbage dump and said, this kid is a lunatic at such a young age. 10 minutes later, I walked out of the Yutsue Shangfu community. The sprayer is now empty. Name, Jin Fan, age, 18, realm, none, chi and blood, 112.00. My whole body feels warm and comfortable now, indescribably so. Boss, how much are these? I put an empty bottle of erguatu liquor, 2 hams, and 2 packs of instant noodles on the counter. 115. The boss only glanced at it and skillfully calculated the price. In these chaotic times, many industries are affected, and prices are very high. I paid the money and hurried home with the things. But perhaps because of the increase in chi and blood and the improvement of physical fitness, I'm hungry again after eating the things I just bought. The next day, after a simple wash, I went out. What increases with the improvement of chi and blood is not only appetite, but also strength, speed, and agility. After eating, I rushed to the job market. Although I now have a system, I can't lose my job. After all, I still need to eat. Before becoming a martial artist, I plan to do another job first. The units recruiting temporary workers in the foreign talent market cover all walks of life. I plan to find a job in slaughtering, so that I can earn money and level up at the same time. It usually takes me half an hour to walk from home to the job market, but today it only took 20 minutes. I arrived a little earlier today, but a large number of people have already gathered here. Soon I saw acquaintances. I greeted them. They are my 3 best workmates. My chi and blood value is the lowest, and they have helped me a lot in my work on weekdays. Lu Jian, known as Uncle Lu, was a round-faced, dark-skinned man with a chi and blood value of 170. I had already inquired and found a warehouse cleanup job for today, paying 150 without tax, with lunch included. We should be quick about it later. Hong Kong and Wang Jin both nodded. You 3 uncles go ahead, I plan to go to the slaughterhouse today. Lu Jian and the others were stunned. What's wrong? Need money urgently? The slaughterhouse's pay is indeed higher, but everyone knows that this money is hard-earned. The dirt and hard work are secondary, the main thing is the inherent danger. In this era of spiritual recovery, even poultry like chickens, ducks, and geese can mutate and become level 1 ferocious beasts. Level 1 ferocious beasts are equivalent to human awakened warriors and 1-star warriors. They don't stay in the slaughterhouse all day, and every mutation is a disaster. You can often see news reports about mutations in slaughterhouses, causing a certain number of deaths. Many other jobs require competition, but the slaughterhouse's job is readily available, and sometimes they can't even find enough people. Generally, only those who urgently need money or can't find other work choose it. It's just that I want to earn more, I said, scratching my head. Lu Jian and the others exchanged glances, but didn't ask further. Brothers, what do you say? Let's go to the slaughterhouse then. Xiaofan hasn't been to the slaughterhouse before, let's show him the ropes. It's settled then. It just so happens that I also want to earn more. I haven't had meat in half a month. The slaughterhouse's food is pretty good. That chicken stew with potatoes is a masterpiece, just like that. Lu Jian and the others have taken care of me too many times. I didn't say anything, but I remembered it all. Soon, the employers arrived one after another, and we got on the truck to the slaughterhouse, quickly arriving at Jiangnan Bay City's 6th slaughterhouse. The workshop was a hive of activity. As a complete novice, I was inevitably a bit flustered at first, but with the guidance of Lu Jian and the others, the situation improved a lot. Ding! Slaughtered a chicken, chi and blood value increased by 0.1. Slaughtered a mosquito or fly, chi and blood increased by 0.01. I didn't expect a chicken to be equivalent to 10 times that of a fly or mosquito. I don't know how the system determines this chi and blood increase, but it must be related to size. The morning passed quickly, and I slaughtered a total of 200 chickens, increasing my chi and blood from 112 to 132. I'm confident I can kill more in the afternoon. As for mutated ferocious beasts, nothing happened. The slaughterhouse provides lunch, and the cafeteria was bustling with people. The 4 of us sat at a table, and I devoured my food, while Lu Jian, Hong Kong, and Wang Jin stared in amazement. They were so focused on watching me that they forgot to eat their own food. I had already eaten 8 large bowls of steamed buns like a whirlwind, and 2 pots of vegetables, and judging by the current situation, I could still eat for a while. Uncle Lu, Uncle Han, Uncle Wang, you eat too, don't just keep looking at me. My mouth was stuffed full. Xiaofan, your appetite has exploded. Before, with just these steamed buns, you could barely manage 4, Wang Jin said. Being able to eat is a good thing. A sudden increase in appetite is often due to an increase in qi and blood. Come on, Xiaofan, give your uncle a hand. Wang Jin reached out, wanting to test my strength. Gripping my hand, feeling the powerful force within it, Wang Jin's eyes widened in surprise. Xiaofan, judging by the strength in your hand, your qi and blood must be over 100, probably around 105. Hearing Wang Jin's words, Lu Jian and Han Kong immediately became restless. They both shook my hand and then showed surprised expressions on their faces. Old Wang is right, Xiaofan's qi and blood value is probably around 100-105. Not bad, kid, your qi and blood has increased so much at once. They knew about my situation, a good seedling who had become a day laborer like them, which was truly regrettable. Now that my qi and blood had increased, they were all sincerely happy for me. Xiaofan, now that your qi and blood has broken 100, keep up the effort, and 200 is just around the corner. Once you reach 200, you'll be a martial artist and won't have to live this hard life anymore, Lu Jian encouraged. I appreciate your kind words, Uncle Lu. If I ever become a martial artist, I'll definitely treat you 3 uncles to a good meal. Ha ha ha, we'll remember that then. After eating, we continued working, and the afternoon passed quickly. In the afternoon, I killed a total of 240 chickens, increasing my qi and blood by 24. Now the qi and blood value on the panel has reached 156, taking me a big step closer to becoming a martial artist. After lining up to receive my 220 yuan wages, I said goodbye to Lu Jian and the others and returned to the community. The first thing I did upon returning to the community was to take a walk around the garbage pool. Maybe I killed too many yesterday, there were some mosquitoes and flies on the garbage pool, but not many, so I simply gave up. Now it seems that I am definitely going to become a martial artist, and I don't need this one day. Now, with the increase in qi and blood, my body has become much stronger, and I didn't feel too tired after coming back from work. I rarely cooked a dish and steamed a pot of rice, and then ate while scrolling through my phone. The class group was still very lively today. It turned out that Zhongqing's qi and blood had increased again, from 160 yesterday to 163 now. Increasing qi and blood by 3 points in a day made a group of classmates envious, with constant praise and admiration. Refreshing, I touched my nose, wondering how they would feel if they knew I had increased my qi and blood by 74 in one day. Zhongqing is my classmate and deskmate, and we have a very good relationship, but neither of us is willing to admit defeat. We two have always occupied the top 2 spots in the class, sometimes I'm on top, sometimes Zhongqing is on top, it can be said that we are evenly matched. Because I dropped out of school, I have been suppressed by Zhongqing for the past 6 months, but my qi and blood is now 156, and I will be able to surpass Zhongqing tomorrow. The next day, I came to the talent market. Xiaofan, are you sure you can go to the 6th factory by yourself today? Don't worry, uncle, I'll be fine, I said with a smile. Alright, we won't accompany you today. Be careful on your own. I got on the truck to the 6th slaughterhouse alone. The workshop was as busy as ever. I killed a chicken with a swift movement. The morning passed quickly, and it was soon lunchtime. I buried myself in my rice. I had killed 300 chickens in the morning, gaining 30 points of qi and blood, bringing my total to 186. I was a little excited. If all went well, I would break through 200 this afternoon. I went back to work after lunch, killing, and time flew by. When I remembered to check my stats, my qi and blood had already broken through the 200 mark. Although I had been prepared, I couldn't help but be excited when my qi and blood actually broke through 200. The hardships of life at the bottom had been too unforgettable in the past 6 months, and I had been longing to escape this nightmarish life at all times. Now that my qi and blood have broken through 200, my destiny will be completely changed after I pass the official martial artist certification. I looked forward to a better life in the future, but my hands didn't stop. Of course, I wouldn't be complacent like this. A 1-star martial artist is a new starting point, and the next goal is Chi and Blood 500, a 2-star martial artist. Another 2 hours passed in the blink of an eye, and it was going to be time to get off work in another half an hour. I skillfully killed a chicken and reached for the next one. But at this moment, an accident suddenly occurred. The chicken, which was originally the size of a basketball, suddenly swelled up to the size of an ostrich. Its thick, sharp claws easily deformed the steel under the conveyor belt. At this time, a rapid, deep alarm sounded. Hearing the alarm, everyone in the workshop changed their faces. A mutation has occurred. Run! Help! The workshop was in chaos. It was said that the one inside was a mutated chicken, extremely ferocious. I was closest to it, and its huge beak pecked directly at me. I was instinctively scared. I had never seen such a scene before. But in this life and death moment, I was quick-witted and grabbed the mutated chicken's neck. The mutated chicken was not to be trifled with, and its sharp claws, which could easily penetrate steel, grabbed at me. My eyelids twitched wildly. Before the chicken claws could strike, I instantly exerted force with my arms and threw the huge mutated chicken over. But this only angered the mutated chicken even more. It got up and flapped its wings, its speed reaching a terrifying level, rushing in front of me in the blink of an eye. My scalp tingled, and I narrowly avoided it with the help of my far superior physical fitness. With a loud bang, the huge beak pecked at the lime-covered pillar behind me, instantly shattering it. I wiped the cold sweat from my forehead, my mind racing for a solution. The mutated chicken wasn't as strong as me, but its speed, enhanced by its wings, and its claws and beak were terrifying. Soon, the mutated chicken attacked again. No matter, I'll risk it. I stood firm, and at the instant the mutated chicken was about to peck me, I seized its neck again, throwing it to the ground. This time, I didn't let go. Before the mutated chicken could react, I lifted it again and slammed it onto the ground, once, twice, again and again. The moment the alarm sounded, the factory's security team mobilized. Each of them carried shields, war helmets, and were fully armed. Jo Son, the leader of the 6th Factory's security team, was frantic. The surging crowd severely hampered their speed. It took 3 minutes to gather the team, and Jo Son couldn't imagine the scene inside the workshop. Another minute passed before they finally arrived. The entire security team, including Jo Son, was dumbfounded. The imagined scene of corpses and rivers of blood was nowhere to be seen. Instead, a young man was grabbing the mutated chicken, slamming it against the ground. The cement floor was already riddled with potholes. "Young man, stop smashing it, it's dead," Jo Son shouted. I woke up as if from a dream. I had been on the verge of life and death, my mind highly tense. Now, seeing the security team arrive, the crisis was over. My tense nerves relaxed instantly, and I felt utterly exhausted. Let's go to my office for a cup of tea," Jo Son said, patting my shoulder admiringly. By the time I calmed down a bit, I found myself in his office. Jo Son had already reviewed the surveillance footage. He hadn't expected that the young man who could single-handedly kill the ferocious mutated chicken was a temporarily hired workshop worker. "Young man, you're a martial artist, right? Why are you working in a workshop?" Jo Son asked, offering me a cup of hot tea. I smiled. I'm not a martial artist. For a martial artist to kill chickens in a workshop, it's a bit hard to explain. So, I simply said I wasn't a martial artist. Jo Son burst out laughing. "Young man, you're definitely a martial artist. Go to the martial artist building for a test when you have time." I nodded. Jo Son handed me a bulging envelope and 220 yuan. "You helped the factory avoid a disaster. The leaders above have specially approved a bonus for you. This 220 yuan is your wages for today. Oh, and here's my business card. After you're certified as a martial artist, if you still want to work at the 6th Factory, call me directly. We're both 1-star martial artists, and you'll be the captain of the security team. The salary is 20,000 yuan as a base, plus bonuses. It's an easy job. That's the difference between a martial artist and a non-martial artist. Before, I worked my butt off for a month and earned a little over 3,000 yuan. Now, they're actively recruiting me with a base salary of 20,000 yuan to be a small leader, spending most of my time drinking tea in the office, plus bonuses. I accepted everything. But as a newly minted martial artist, I didn't want to just lie down and relax. It was almost time to get off work, and the workers were coming out one after another. Lu Jian and the other two followed the crowd, waiting in line to collect their wages. During this break, Wang Jin casually scrolled through his phone, and suddenly his expression changed. There's a mutation at Factory 6 today? Lu Jian and Han Kong were both startled. Xiaofan is at Factory 6, call him quickly. Wang Jin quickly called me, and Lu Jian and Han Kong both leaned in, listening to the busy tone on the phone, their hearts in their throats. At this moment, the call connected, and my cheerful voice came from the other end. I'm fine. Xiaofan, I saw in the workers group that there was a mutation at Factory 6 today. Are you alright? I've worried the three uncles. It's good that you're okay. Lu Jian grabbed the phone and said, Xiaofan, don't go to Factory 6 tomorrow, the money there isn't worth it. No matter how much money you earn, you can't risk your life. Got it, Uncle Lu. I replied with a smile, said a few more simple words, and hung up the phone. At this time, Han Kong browsed through the information in the group and couldn't help but exclaim, the world is so big, there are really all kinds of wonders. What is it this time? Lu Jian asked casually. Han Kong said, the mutation at Factory 6 today didn't cause any casualties, because there was a martial artist among the temporary workshop workers. Before the security team arrived, that martial artist had already killed the giant gray chicken. But they didn't know that martial artist was me. On the other side, I didn't get home until after 8 o'clock tonight, and I had dinner outside for the first time, spending more than 200 yuan on my own. After all, Factory 6 gave me a bonus of 3,000 yuan. I sat on the bed, waving a fan, looking at the virtual panel. Name, Chen Fan, age, 18, realm, 1 mind martial artist, chi and blood, 218,500. I took out my phone, checked the time, and decided not to go to work tomorrow, but to get certified as a martial artist. The next day, I came to the bustling downtown area, looking up at the towering skyscrapers. This is the martial artist building, the landmark building of Jiangnan Base City. Martial artist certification, training, competitions, recuperation, task handover, etc. are all inseparable from here. In addition, many consortia have moved into the martial artist building, covering dance skills, elixirs, accommodation, leisure, entertainment, shopping and other aspects. It is completely a super complex. Just inside the hall is a directory map. I looked at it. The martial artist building has 9 floors underground and 88 floors above ground, and the windows for basic martial artist services are on the first floor. Hello, martial artist certification. I came to a window and handed over my identity magnetic card. The receptionist was a cute young lady, whose special parts were emphasized and rounded. She subconsciously took the identity magnetic card, but was a little surprised when she saw me. She receives 800 to 1,000 certifications here every day, and she has never seen someone as young as me. I swiped my magnetic card, and my information immediately appeared on the computer screen. The information on this ID card was very comprehensive, including a photo, name, phone number, ID number, and address. If the person was a student, the school would also be indicated. Outside the window, there was a display screen, and I could also see my information, labeled 3rd Junior Martial Arts Academy. Regarding the school being indicated, I knew that when I dropped out of school, my homeroom teacher, Wang Fong, felt very sorry and specially kept my enrollment status, thinking of leaving me a diploma. Although a diploma from the Junior Martial Arts Academy wasn't very useful, I was still very grateful to teacher Wang Fong. Go to window 36 to test your chi and blood. If it exceeds 200, you'll get a form. Bring it here, and I'll process your martial artist badge. If you don't succeed, don't be discouraged. You're still young, so try again, the young lady said with a smile. Before long, I came back with a stamped form. The young lady was surprised. You actually succeeded. Seeing the chi and blood value of 218, her mouth dropped open in astonishment. Congratulations on becoming a martial artist. This is your martial artist badge. The martial artist badge is a symbol of a martial artist's identity and is extremely important. In addition to that, it also has functions such as field communication, maps, rescue, positioning, and a bank card. Please be sure to keep it safe. Martial artists receive a stipend of 5,000 yuan per month, and this month's amount has already been deposited into your martial artist badge. In addition, new martial artists can go to the martial arts hall for free to choose a Huang level low-grade martial art and go to the elixir hall to receive 2 blood weeping pills. Just swipe your badge when you get there. You can also download the Martial Artist Home app on your phone, which has a lot of useful information that should be helpful to you. After I left, the young lady couldn't wait to dial the internal line. At the same time, in the leadership office of the Martial Artist Hall, a spirited old man answered the phone. "What's the matter, girl?" "Grandpa, come here quickly. You'll regret it if you don't come. I can't do anything with you." Guan Jinshan smiled wryly, then got up. Soon he arrived at the certification window, looking at his granddaughter with affection. "Grandpa's here. Can you tell me now?" "Grandpa, look." The young lady directly showed the screen to Guan Jinshan. Guan Jinshan's heart skipped a beat. An 18-year-old martial artist was a rare sight. Marked as 3rd Junior Martial Arts Academy, a student of old Yao. That old fellow was still complaining yesterday about how he was about to have the martial arts exam and would be crushed by the 1st and 2nd martial arts academies again. He didn't expect that his school would produce a martial artist. Then I have to talk to him properly. It's definitely not over without a big meal at the Startide Hotel. Guan Jinshan and old Yao were old comrades in arms, who had fought side by side in the catacombs and had a life-or-death friendship. After retiring from the front line in their old age, Guan Jinshan took over the Martial Artist Hall, while old Yao became the principal of the 3rd Junior Martial Arts Academy. Guan Jinshan dialed the phone. "Hey, old Yao, you're doing well. You've been hiding it pretty well. Now I'll give you another chance to confess honestly. What are you hiding? What are you talking about? What's this all about?" Yao Fu was completely bewildered. "A few days ago, you were still complaining in the veterans group about how your martial arts exam scores were always crushed by the 1st and 2nd martial arts academies. We were all consoling you like crazy back then. I didn't expect your school to produce a martial artist. You're deceiving your old buddies. This calls for a feast at the Startide Hotel, or it's not over. My school has produced a martial artist? That's not a funny joke, Lao Guan. Are you serious or not? If not, I'm hanging up." Instinctively thinking that Guan Jinshan was teasing him, Yao Fu said in an annoyed tone. "You really don't know?" Guan Jinshan was a little surprised. If I really believed it, hearing Guan Jinshan's affirmative answer, Yao Fu suddenly trembled with excitement. His own school had actually produced a martial artist. This was simply wonderful news. It had been so many years since anyone had advanced to become a martial artist before the martial arts exam. In the past, the martial arts exam scores were always crushed by the 1st and 2nd martial arts academies, and this year it was finally his turn to hold his head high. "Quick, tell me his name." "Lao Yao, I can't say. Don't forget that the Alliance strictly prohibits the disclosure of martial artist information for any reason. It's already a big favor that I'm telling you this. Don't make it difficult for your old buddy. Besides, you're the principal, so go check on your own students." "Okay, thanks." After Guan hung up the phone, he rubbed his hands excitedly. He knew his school's good seedlings like the back of his hand, the ones with the potential to break through to become martial artists. He had originally planned to do a chi and blood test on these good seedlings, but then he thought he might as well do it for the entire senior class. More than an hour later, after the entire senior class had finished, the chi and blood test data were placed in front of Yao Fu. The highest was Zhongqing from class 9, with a chi and blood value of 166. Yao Fu frowned. According to the list of enrolled students reported by the 3 senior classes, there were a total of 1140 people, and the chi and blood test was also done on 1140 people today. No one was missed. Yao Fu knew Guan Jinshan very well. From Guan Jinshan's later tone, he knew that he wasn't kidding him. So how come he couldn't find him? On the other side, after getting certified as a martial artist, I didn't go directly to the martial arts hall to choose martial arts techniques.
The key is that I don't understand anything.
Before becoming a martial artist, the focus was on improving chi and blood, without touching weapons. As for what weapons there are, what their power is, how to choose a weapon that suits you, etc. I'm a newbie. I decided to browse Martial Artist Home first to learn more. Martial Artist Home was quickly downloaded. This app has a threshold for entry. You must have the serial number of a martial artist badge to register. I fiddled with it for a while and came to the forum homepage. It was densely packed with posts. I clicked on the first post, preparations martial artists must make before going out to hunt ferocious beasts. There are all kinds of posts in the forum. I browsed for a long time and put away my phone. Now I have a general understanding. Weapons are divided into 4 levels: heaven, earth, black, and yellow, and each level is further divided into upper, middle, and lower grades. Weapon cultivation has a certain degree of difficulty: entry, minor accomplishment, major accomplishment, and perfection. Weapon combat suits are very expensive. A set of equipment for leaving the city, even a relatively ordinary one, costs hundreds of thousands. I suddenly feel that I had become a martial artist, but I am even poorer. Now, I can't even afford a weapon myself, let alone a complete set of equipment. I must go out of the city to hunt fierce beasts as soon as possible. The reason why martial artists can make a lot of money is all because of this. With money, they can buy equipment, improve their strength to hunt more advanced fierce beasts, earn more money, and buy better cultivation resources. This is the direction every martial artist strives for. However, given my current situation, I need to make a lot of preparations if I want to leave the city. Fortunately, I learned about a good place from the forum, and that is the duel arena. Weapons are provided. And there is an appearance fee. It is a good place to hone martial arts and increase combat experience. It's on the 6th basement floor of the martial artist building. Of course, the duel hall won't do business at a loss. They will live broadcast the battle scenes to earn profits. It can be considered a win-win situation. Chen Fan was very tempted. He lacks combat experience too much. Yesterday at the 6th factory, facing the giant beaked chicken, he was really relying on instinct to fight. If he had rich combat experience, he would definitely have been more composed at the time. If he also had martial arts. These two things are exactly what Chen Fan lacks the most. Chen Fan came to the martial arts hall. He directly chose a saber technique, Gale Slash. Low-grade yellow rank, priced at 25,000. This is the most recommended for new martial artists on the forum. There is a reason why it is highly recommended. As for martial arts such as boxing and palm techniques, there are very few. And almost no one chooses them. Facing someone with a weapon empty-handed is a bit of a natural disadvantage. Chen Fan came to the counter. He handed over the Gale Slash and the martial artist badge. The staff swiped it. Price, 25,000. Reduction, 25,000. Actually received, 0. This is your item, please keep it and come again. Chen Fan nodded his thanks. Just after coming out of the martial arts hall, a system prompt sounded in his ear. Detected low-grade yellow rank technique Gale Slash, do you want to learn it? Chen Fan was stunned. This was the second sentence he heard from the system, besides killing something and gaining so much chi and blood. Chen Fan tried to select yes. Immediately, the Gale Slash book in his hand disappeared out of thin air. A memory flooded into his mind. In a secret room, he continuously swung his blade. Day after day. Spring passes, autumn arrives. His understanding of the Gale Slash is constantly increasing. This memory integrates into Chen Fan's mind, without the slightest abruptness. It's as if Chen Fan really had such an experience. At the same time, the virtual panel in front of him changed. Name, Chen Fan. Age, 18. Realm, 1-star martial artist. Chi and blood, 218,500. Martial skill, Gale Slash entry level. It's already entry level? You have to know, others are very slow to cultivate martial skills.
The system can detect the skill and automatically reach entry level, so can it also be upgraded to minor success, major success, or even perfection? Chen Fan couldn't help but think. The system can learn skills. Since it can reach entry level, minor success, major success, etc. should also be possible in theory. But what should I do? Get another Gale Slash for the system to learn? This sounds a bit outrageous. But after thinking about it, there doesn't seem to be a better idea. Chen Fan decided to try. In addition, he also realized something. Just now in the martial arts hall, there were so many martial skills, but the system didn't prompt him to learn. It should be that only martial skills that truly belong to him can trigger the system prompt. Then he has to buy another Gale Slash. 25,000 for one. Chen Fan suddenly felt a tightness in his purse. Even with the 5,000 yuan martial artist allowance issued today, his entire fortune is only more than 8,000 yuan. That's right, there are still 2 qi and blood pills to collect. Chen Fan went straight to the pill hall. He has a system. Qi and blood pills are so expensive, it's not cost effective. When he was browsing the martial artist home just now, he already knew that there was a place in the martial artist building to recycle pills. After collecting them, Chen Fan directly went to turn the 2 qi and blood pills into cash. Qi and blood pills sell for 13,500. Recycling definitely won't give that much. 2 qi and blood pills earned Chen Fan 22,000. The merchant made a tearful profit of 5,000 by reselling them. Chen Fan returned to the martial arts hall. Holding a copy of Gale Slash, he stood before the counter again. The staff member was taken aback. Didn't he just get one? Sir, newly certified martial artists can only receive 1 copy. After that, you have to pay. The staff member reminded him. I know. Watching Chen Fan's departing figure. What a strange person. The staff member couldn't help but mutter under their breath. Getting 2 copies of the same martial skill, does he think he can cultivate faster or something? Ding, detected the martial skill Gale Slash, learn it? It was just as Chen Fan had guessed. It's a pity that martial skills are considered important strategic resources, and the authorities strictly prohibit anyone from privately copying them for any reason. This isn't just talk. Martial skills have a strict and complete encryption tracing system. As soon as you make a copy, it will trigger an alarm. Then it's silver bracelets and the state taking care of your meals and accommodation. Otherwise, a book would cost 25,000, and that's the lowest level. Sure enough, the most profitable things are written in the criminal code. Chen Fan smiled and shook his head, then said, learn. Immediately, another memory of cultivating Gale Slash in a secret room appeared. Sunrise and sunset. Day and night. Immersive experience. Chen Fan digested the memory. Although his Gale Slash cultivation progress on the panel was still at the entry level, Chen Fan could feel it himself. His Gale Slash had improved a lot compared to before. If he continued to learn, minor success, major success, and even perfection were guaranteed. However, this time he had nothing valuable to sell. He could only save money first. At noon, Chen Fan ate a simple fast food meal on the 3rd floor of the building. Afterward, he took the elevator to the 6th basement level. There were thousands of dueling arenas here. The appearance fee for a 1-star martial artist is 1,000 yuan per match. We will match you with suitable ferocious beasts based on your paper strength. Don't worry, since you're a newly certified martial artist, you'll definitely get the weakest level 1 beast. How about it, want to give it a try? The hall manager here looked at Chen Fan. A moment later, Chen Fan stood in the dueling arena, holding a long knife. There is a screen in the hall. It is a live streaming room. It is presenting the scene here in real time. Chen Fan, 1-star warrior, certification day 1 versus? Some comments floated across the live streaming room. Too eager to come to the duel hall on the first day of certification. So brave. I can already imagine this newbie howling for help in fear. Hearing you say that, I'm not sleepy anymore. Keep some morality in your words. Who didn't come from being a newbie? Hopefully, it won't leave a shadow on him later. Chen Fan stood quietly. Although it was his first time picking up a blade, holding it in his hand felt like an old friend who had been with him for many years. This calmed his originally somewhat nervous mood. A clatter. The alloy walls separated. A fierce beast appeared in front of Chen Fan. Giant beaked chicken? Chen Fan was stunned. An old opponent. But this giant beaked chicken was much bigger than the one Chen Fan saw at Factory 6. The giant beaked chicken was extremely ferocious. Seeing a human on the other side, it charged straight over. Chen Fan's eyes narrowed. Holding the long knife, he stepped off the ground and shot towards the giant beaked chicken. The show begins. Hey, this newbie is very calm. He's just pretending. Who doesn't pretend? Knowing it's in the live streaming room, with so many people watching, even if you're scared, you have to put on a fearless appearance. WTF. The live streaming room was originally talking and laughing. Suddenly, in unison, it all turned into WTF. On the screen, the giant beaked chicken was lying in a pool of blood. Chen Fan was holding the long knife and turning to leave. I just went to get a glass of water, can someone tell me what happened? You went to get water? I just blinked, and the battle was over. Are you telling me this is a newbie on the first day of certification? I'm not as good as him. I originally wanted to watch a joke, but it turns out the joke was myself. Ding! Killed a level 1 ferocious beast, giant beaked chicken, blood energy +3. Appearance fees are automatically settled to the martial artist badge. Chen Fan returned the weapon and left. The duel arena is a good place to hone martial skills and increase practical experience. It is indeed a good place. But resources are limited. The alliance stipulates that martial artists can only apply once per day. Chen Fan suddenly felt like he had lost out. Killed with one strike. Not to mention martial skills. Practical experience can also be almost ignored. Chen Fan patted his head. I can't do this next time. 3rd Junior Martial Arts Academy. Training field. Zhong Qing was using equipment to temper her body. Delicate face, covered with fragrant sweat. Tight clothes and pants showed her graceful curves to the fullest. Some students around her whispered. Zhong Qing is so hardworking. Yeah, no wonder she's so excellent. I want to learn from her. Zhong Qing heard these words in her ears. There was no ripple in her heart. She has heard too much of this kind of praise. She has never regarded these classmates as competitors. These past few years of high school, she only had one opponent. That is Chen Fan. It's a pity that Chen Fan dropped out of school. It will be difficult to be an opponent in the future. That stinky guy, I sent him so many messages, but he didn't reply to one. I wonder how he is doing now. Having not seen him for half a year, Zhong Qing missed him quite a bit. Just then. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. A scream attracted the attention of all the students. What's wrong? Yeah, what's with the fuss? That person, holding a mobile phone, shouted, Chen Fan, it's Chen Fan, he's entered the duel arena. What? Are you blind? Only warriors can enter the duel arena. Chen Fan dropped out of school and has trouble even getting enough to eat. How could he become a warrior? That person got anxious. It really is Chen Fan, believe it or not, see for yourselves. Let me see. Some classmates crowded around. Immediately followed by a burst of exclamations. It really is Chen Fan. Damn, awesome. Honestly, I'm so jealous. At first, Zhong Qing didn't plan to come over. But when she heard Chen Fan's name, she was the first to rush over. Seeing Chen Fan in the duel arena, holding a warblade, slaying a level 1 fierce beast, the giant beaked chicken. The expression on Zhong Qing's face suddenly became extremely interesting. surprised that Chen Fan had become a warrior, and instinctively happy for him.
Good for you, Chen Fan, no wonder you didn't reply to my messages, so you were brewing something big here.
But I won't admit defeat, let's continue our competition.
Zhong Qing was aroused with even greater fighting spirit.
What are you all doing gathering here?
The class teacher, Wang Fong, walked over with a smile. Teacher, come and see, Chen Fan has become a warrior.
Hearing this, Wang Fong was shocked and quickly came closer.
After yesterday's blood energy test, Principal Yao summoned all the senior high school class teachers for a meeting. At the meeting, he announced that a warrior had appeared among the senior high school students.
But he didn't know who it was. He told them to pay more attention to the students in their classes.
At that time, the class teachers were quite shocked.
They couldn't help but fantasize that such a genius was their student.
Being able to produce such a student,
that would definitely be a significant highlight in their teaching career. Something to boast about for a lifetime.
After Wang Fong went back, she thought about all the students in her class. The blood energy test results from that day were still available.
It was obvious that it wasn't any of them. Wang Fong also thought of Chen Fan. This was a very excellent student of hers.
But in the end, she shook her head.
Chen Fan dropped out of school. Wanting to improve qi and blood will be even more difficult. It can't be him. But now,
in the mobile phone live streaming room, Chen Fan was really standing in the duel hall.
It's Chen Fan. That martial artist is really Chen Fan. Principal's office. What? Found him, it's Chen Fan? Dropped out of school?
Good, good, immediately convene a high-level school meeting, Teacher Wang, you attend too.
Yao Fu stood up excitedly.
After Chen Fan came out of the martial artist building, he wasn't in a hurry to go home.
He went to the mall
and bought a fan he had been longing for. After going back, he installed the fan.
A gentle breeze blew. Chen Fan felt wonderful.
In the future, with electric ones, there will be no need to do it manually.
He enjoyed it in bed for a while and looked at the time. It was only 4 in the afternoon.
I'll call Uncle Lu and the others after they get off work at 6 o'clock and treat them to dinner tonight.
Chen Fan thought in his heart. He hadn't forgotten his previous promise. Becoming a martial artist meant treating everyone to a good meal.
Now that he had become a martial artist, he would keep his word.
Time flew by quickly. In the blink of an eye, it was 6 o'clock. Time to get off work. The workers came out one after another. Let's call Xiao Fan. Okay. Lu Jian took out his phone.
But before he could dial, his phone rang. What a coincidence, it's Xiao Fan calling.
Lu Jian smiled. Hello, Xiao Fan. What? Lu Ji Restaurant, you want to treat us to dinner? What's going on?
We were just planning to ask you out for dinner, to calm your nerves.
Okay, we'll head over now. Hangs up the phone. What's the situation?
Hong Kong and Wang Jin asked. Xiao Fan said he's treating us to a meal.
I asked him what's going on, and he said we'll know when we get there. Lu Jian said. Lu's isn't cheap. Xiao Fan must have some good news.
Wang Jin suddenly remembered what Chen Fan had said the day before.
If I ever become a martial artist, I'll definitely treat you to a good meal. Could it be that Xiao Fan has become a martial artist?
Wang Jin himself felt it was absurd,
and was met with merciless ridicule from Lu Jian and Hong Kong.
The day before yesterday, Xiao Fan's qi and blood were still at 100.
In a little over a day, less than 2 days, his qi and blood doubled to 200? Do you think that's possible? We'll know when we get there. Let's go. Lu's restaurant.
Lu Jian, Hong Kong, and Wang Jin looked at the martial artist badge on the table, speechless for a moment.
Uncle, don't just look, let's eat. The food will get cold. Chen Fan was a little dumbfounded. Good lad.
Lu Jian patted Chen Fan heavily on the shoulder. A golden phoenix has really flown out of a chicken coop this time.
What are you talking about?
Xiaofan never belonged in a chicken coop in the first place. He was just temporarily down on his luck. Now that's over, and his fate has returned to its original course. Xiaofan, everyone in the workers group is talking about the martial artist who killed the giant beaked chickens at Factory 6.
Could that be you? Chen Fan nodded. It's me.
Ha ha, that solves the case.
Xiaofan, work hard. I, Lao Wang, will be relying on you to brag in the future.
By the time they left, it was already past 9 in the evening. It was a pleasant meal for both host and guests, and the atmosphere was very lively. Chen Fan returned to Century Residential Area. Just as he went upstairs, he noticed a few people standing in front of his door.
Teacher Wang?
Chen Fan was surprised.
And Chen Fan recognized the others as well.
It was none other than Yao Fu, the principal of the 3rd Junior Martial Arts Academy, and the vice principal and other senior officials.
Hello, everyone.
Yao Fu said with a smile, Chen Fan, you're finally back.
We've been waiting for you for a while.
Sorry about that.
Chen Fan quickly opened the door and invited everyone in.
Chen Fan, you're already a martial artist, right?
Yao Fu asked.
Chen Fan nodded, yes.
Then are you interested in returning to school?
You're already a martial artist, and the martial arts exam is in a few days. You'll definitely be admitted to a key martial arts university, and you'll have a bright future. In addition, Teacher Wang has already told us about your situation. The school has specially studied and set up a 100,000 yuan scholarship for you so you don't have to worry about anything.
Yao Fu said.
If Chen Fan had simply become a martial artist, then, facing the principal's invitation, he would definitely have agreed without hesitation.
Because this was the best choice. But he had a system. Martial arts university training, courses, and the like. Would only affect the speed of his drawing his blade. Thank you for the kindness of the school leaders, and thank you, Teacher Wang Feng, for keeping my student status.
I'll graduate from the 3rd Junior Martial Arts Academy in this life.
As for martial arts universities, I don't want to go.
Chen Fan said. Yao Fu gave Wang Feng an appreciative look. Fortunately, the student status was retained.
Otherwise, no matter how excellent Chen Fan was, no matter how brilliant,
it would have nothing to do with the school.
It was already past 10 o'clock in the evening when everyone left. Chen Fan sent everyone outside the residential area.
He turned around and went home after watching the car leave.
Yao Fu didn't try to persuade Chen Fan strongly.
In his words, the school respected his decision.
In addition,
the 100,000 yuan scholarship was still given to Chen Fan. You are the school's pride, this is what you deserve. A slow, cool breeze blew from the fan.
Chen Fan lay on the bed, planning tomorrow's arrangements. He fell asleep before he knew it. Chen Fan slept soundly, but some people were destined to be sleepless tonight. Jiangnan Base City, the Public Security Bureau building was brightly lit.
Chief, the identity of the deceased has been confirmed. His name is Chen Fan, male, 39 years old. A team member came to report.
Another Chen Fan?
Captain Zhang Li ran his hands through his hair, feeling a little overwhelmed.
This was already the 13th deceased named Chen Fan in Jiangnan Base City this year. These victims included martial artists and ordinary people of different ages. They could be said to be completely unrelated.
The only common point was that their names were all Chen Fan. This was clearly a targeted and premeditated series of murders.
Moreover, the perpetrators' methods were very covert. The Security Bureau has no leads so far.
Also, I heard that similar situations have occurred in other base cities of the Alliance, with the victims also named Chen Fan.
The team member added. Zhang Li took a deep breath. Something big is happening. Have you finished compiling the data on all the Chen Fans in the city? Zhang Li asked.
Yes, I have. The team member placed a document on the table. In our Jiangnan base city, there are currently 3,255 people named Chen Fan. The data includes their age, phone number, address, and whether they are martial artists or not.
More than 3,000 people. The protection and prevention work is very arduous.
Zhang Li rubbed his brow and said, "Okay, thank you for your hard work, Xiao Lu. Also, keep this news confidential for now to avoid causing social panic."
I understand.
Soon, the night passed.
Martial Artist Building, Martial Arts Hall. Chen Fan took 2 more copies of Gale Slash and placed them on the counter. Paid the money. And left with them,
leaving the staff with a head full of question marks.
That's 4 now, right? Ding, martial skill detected, Gale Slash 2, learn? Chen Fan directly chose yes. After another segment of sword practice memories. Gale Slash, minor accomplishment. Chen Fan was shocked.
He reached minor accomplishment just like that. He remembered when he was browsing the forum, there were martial artists complaining that it took them 2.5 years to cultivate to minor accomplishment.
He assessed it.
With the same 221 points of blood energy, he, with Gale Slash at minor accomplishment, could probably take on 10 of yesterday's him without any problems.
Originally, reaching minor accomplishment in Gale Slash wouldn't be this fast.
Because Chen Fan wouldn't be able to save enough money to buy Gale Slash in a short time. Fortunately, the principal visited yesterday, and the scholarship of 100,000 yuan helped him a lot.
Still too poor. Becoming a martial artist is just the first step.
You have to go out of the city to hunt fierce beasts.
You can't earn much money just staying in the city. Chi and blood improvement is also very slow. If you go out of the city,
martial skills are no longer a weakness now.
The only thing lacking is actual combat experience.
Chen Fan came to the duel hall again. Because of his crisp and clean record last time. This time, Chen Fan was matched with a more powerful level 1 fierce beast, the red-eyed silver cat.
It's 2 meters long.
It's called a cat, but it's more like a leopard. Its pair of red eyes gleam with bloodlust.
Just standing there.
The sense of oppression it brings is not comparable to the giant beaked chicken. A silver light flashed. The sharp claws of the red-eyed silver cat came head-on.
Chen Fan dodged. The claws left scratches on the alloy wall. Again. Chen Fan entered battle mode.
The red-eyed silver cat screeched sharply.
It seemed very dissatisfied with the previous strike.
Whoosh. The silver light flashed again.
Bang.
This time, before the red-eyed silver cat could get close, it was slapped away by the battle blade in Chen Fan's hand.
Yes. Slapped. If he were to cut it, the battle would be over again.
The red-eyed silver cat's fur bristled all over.
It was full of ferocity. It got up and charged again. Bang. 2 hours later. The red-eyed silver cat curled up in a corner, trembling.
It no longer had the ferocity it had before.
Even if Chen Fan poked it with a knife, it didn't dare to resist anymore. This is no fun. The knife fell.
Ding, killed a level 1 fierce beast, the red-eyed silver cat, blood energy +3.
In the live broadcast room. This knife technique is something else. Smooth and pleasing to the eye.
I might have learned a fake Gale Slash. Red-eyed silver cat, whoa, I'm finally dead, so scary.
Chen Fan still ate lunch on the 3rd floor. After lunch, Chen Fan went to the armory.
His plan for the afternoon was to buy equipment.
Although he didn't have much money,
he would try to scrape it together.
"Hello sir, what do you need?"
As soon as Chen Fan entered, a staff member came forward to greet him. "I'll just take a look around first."
"Okay, please feel free."
The armory was huge, with several thousand square meters.
Knives, spears, swords, hammers, axes. All kinds of weapons were dazzling. Chen Fan browsed the prices. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands were normal. Some even cost millions.
In the knife display area, Chen Fan couldn't find one for less than 100,000 yuan.
Helpless, Chen Fan found a staff member again and told them his needs. A long knife, a cheap one. Sir, please follow me. The staff member didn't look down on Chen Fan and was as polite as ever. Just become a martial artist and hadn't gone out to hunt fierce beasts yet. Where would he have too much money? Those whose first weapon cost hundreds of thousands or millions. Weren't they all relying on their families? The staff member pulled out a wooden box under a shelf. There were many knives piled inside. Chen Fan chose a long knife from it. About 1.4 meters long. Completely black. He weighed it in his hand, and it was okay. At this time, the staff member said, "These weapons are a bit worse than the alloy weapons on display outside, but they are still fine for dealing with level 1 fierce beasts. They won't work very well against level 2 fierce beasts though. It's hard to break through the defenses of second level ferocious beasts, not to mention there's a risk of it snapping under their fierce attacks." Chen Fan nodded. "I'm just a 1-star martial artist. I can handle first level ferocious beasts. Against second level ferocious beasts, not only is the blade useless, but so am I." The staff member smiled. "You're so humorous. How much is this blade?" Chen Fan asked. 45,000 yuan. "I'll take it." Chen Fan came out of the weapons hall, fondling the long blade, regardless of the price. Mainly because this is his first weapon. Next, Chen Fan went to buy a backpack. Also the cheapest one. 3,000 yuan. Not asking for much, just something that works for now. As for the combat suit hall, Chen Fan didn't even go. He already learned about it when he visited the martial artist's home before. Combat suits increase defense and may save lives at critical moments. The price is no lower than weapons. Chen Fan only has a few thousand yuan in hand now, so there's no need to even think about it. The next day, the sky was just beginning to dawn. Chen Fan left the city. The alliance stipulates that non-martial artists are forbidden from leaving the city. So this is Chen Fan's first time leaving the city in 18 years. He had already made a plan last night. Today's destination is marked point 0431. This is the closest marked point to the base city. About 10 kilometers away. It used to be a small town. Now it has become a paradise for low-level ferocious beasts. Mostly level 1. Level 2 and 3 beasts haunt the core area. Chen Fan's plan is to operate on the periphery. If he is careful, it shouldn't be a big problem. Walking on the potholed highway, all Chen Fan could see was desolation and ruin. Weeds grew rampantly on both sides of the road. Occasionally, the massive skeletons of ferocious beasts could be seen in the grass. In the eastern sky, the sun had just broken the horizon. Chen Fan already felt a hint of heat. He quickened his pace. After more than 40 minutes, the buildings at marker 0431 were faintly visible in the distance. However, Chen Fan was now facing a challenge. 2 enormous scorpions, their bodies like cast iron and emitting a cold, eerie light, were prowling on the highway. Upon seeing Chen Fan, they immediately raised their tails high, striking in attack posture. Chen Fan also tightened his grip on his battle blade. A great battle was inevitable. The 2 iron-tailed scorpions simultaneously attacked Chen Fan. Their iron tails swung, creating a whistling sound. Chen Fan wielded his battle blade, forcing one back. The other's attack arrived in an instant. In the blink of an eye, Chen Fan was calm and collected. He struck back with a single slash, swift as the wind, piercing the head of the second iron-tailed scorpion. Its raised iron tail went limp and fell to the ground. Ding! Killed level 1 ferocious beast iron-tailed scorpion, chi and blood +3. His companion was killed. The iron-tailed scorpion that had been forced back was even more ferocious, letting out a sharp roar at Chen Fan. This time, Chen Fan didn't wait for the opponent to attack. He directly closed in. The long blade in his hand swung with broad, sweeping motions, so fast that it was difficult to see clearly. The iron-tailed scorpion had almost no power to resist. It was cut down in one exchange. Ding, killed level 1 ferocious beast iron-tailed scorpion, chi and blood +3. Now his chi and blood has reached 230. Chen Fan crouched down to collect materials from the iron-tailed scorpion. The iron tail and 2 large pincers were valuable items. They could be sold for more than 3,000. 2 of them would be worth about 7,000. The ferocious beast meat could also be sold for some money. However, it was so large that Chen Fan would have difficulty carrying it back, so he had to abandon it. While collecting the materials, Chen Fan also reflected on the battle just now. He's too used to passively defending. He needs to take the initiative when he should. Just like when facing the 2 iron-tailed scorpions earlier. If he had taken the initiative, he might have been more composed. Being attacked by the iron-tailed scorpions from both sides. He was lucky his blade skills were fast enough. If he had been any slower, the consequences would have been dire. After collecting the spoils, Chen Fan continued forward. Arriving at the outskirts of the town, he could see some martial artist teams active inside from a distance. Chen Fan intentionally avoided them. In the wilderness, sometimes the danger doesn't just come from ferocious beasts. And those who dare to go so deep are definitely powerful individuals. In the blink of an eye, the sun was slightly west. In a dilapidated building, Chen Fan ate dried meat in large bites. This dried meat was the lunch he had specially prepared yesterday. After eating the dried meat, he took a large gulp of water. Chen Fan finally let out a satisfied burp. Next to him was a bulging backpack. It felt like it was about to burst. In the morning, besides the first 2 iron-tailed scorpions, Chen Fan also killed 20 level 1 ferocious beasts. His chi and blood value rose to 290. He was one step closer to becoming a 2-star martial artist. In addition, the morning's battles also made Chen Fan realize the power of the minor accomplishment stage of Gale Slash. Level 1 ferocious beasts were difficult to pose a threat to him. Even in the most extreme case, Chen Fan faced the siege of 5 level 1 ferocious beasts at the same time. And finally, he killed them all with his blade. Chen Fan felt much more confident. Gradually, he also became confident. He was no longer the Chen Fan who was instinctively afraid when he saw the giant beaked chicken at the 6th factory. Chen Fan looked at the time. It wasn't even 2 o'clock yet. But he had to go back. His backpack couldn't hold anymore. Chen Fan quickly packed up and started his journey back. The backpack probably weighed a few dozen pounds. Not heavy for Chen Fan. He hurried along the way. In just over half an hour, he arrived at the city gate. The city gate serves as the gateway to the base city, and is always garrisoned by troops. A soldier looked at Chen Fan with surprise. Although many people left the city in the morning, he had a particularly deep impression of Chen Fan, carrying the most basic weapon. And the backpack was also the cheapest. He didn't even have a combat suit. Anyone could tell he was a 1-star martial artist. Most importantly, he went out of the city alone. He'd seen this kind of situation before. The result was nothing more than 2 possibilities. One was that they never came back. The other was that, even if they were lucky and came back alive, they often came back empty-handed. But now, Chen Fan not only came back, but also had a good harvest. Chen Fan swiped his martial artist badge, was allowed through, and went straight into the city. Didn't expect the kid had something. The soldier watched Chen Fan's departing back with admiration. Misjudged him, huh? A comrade beside him joked. The soldier smiled non-committally. Martial Artist Building, 4th floor. This floor is full of shops that recycle fierce beast materials. Chen Fan walked out of a shop called Wancheng Pavilion. Those materials sold for 77,000 yuan here. Chen Fan isn't stupid. He compared the quotes from several stores.
Some shops, seeing that Chen Fan was young, were pushing the price down hard.
They wouldn't even offer 70,000. Only Wancheng Pavilion offered the fairest price. And the boss is very kind. It's comfortable working with someone like that. More than 70,000.
This less than 1 day's work earned him more than Chen Fan made in a year at the job market before.
The money-attracting ability of a martial artist is evident. And Chen Fan is currently only the lowest-ranked one-star martial artist. But then again,
martial artists really spend a lot. Tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, at every turn.
Coming down from the 4th floor,
Chen Fan gritted his teeth and spent 30,000 to buy a bigger backpack. If it hadn't been for the backpack causing problems today, he could have killed more. After finishing all this, Chen Fan came out of the martial artist building. The sun was still high in the sky.
Looking at the time, it was only 3 o'clock. What to do next? Go out of the city again? It's too late. It will be dark soon after rushing over there. The wilderness after dark is terrifying.
After thinking about it, Chen Fan decided to go kill chickens.
Although a chicken only adds 0.1 points of chi and blood. But the quantity is considerable. Chen Fan will be adventuring in the wild in the future.
Every bit of improvement in chi and blood
is a bit more assurance of survival.
If he can break through to a 2-star martial artist as soon as possible, the situation will definitely be much better. If he breaks through to 3 stars, then he can walk sideways at marker .0431.
Chen Fan took out his phone. He was calling Zhou Song.
Zhou Song is the squad leader of the security team at Slaughterhouse 6. He had given Chen Fan his business card before.
It's afternoon now.
Having missed the job market recruitment at 4 in the morning, Chen Fan wanted to see if Zhou Song could help. At this time, Zhou Song was drinking tea in the office.
Suddenly the phone rang.
Hello,
oh, it's Brother Chen Fan. You finally called.
What's up?
Are you planning to come to the 6th factory?
What?
Slaughter chickens in the workshop?
You're practically a team leader now, why would you slaughter chickens?
Okay, no problem, just come on over.
Zhou Song looked puzzled.
A martial artist slaughtering chickens? Could it be that he's developed an interest in slaughtering chickens?
Chen Fan arrived at the 6th factory by car.
Zhou Song was already waiting at the entrance. After a brief exchange of pleasantries,
Zhou Song led Chen Fan to the slaughtering workshop.
Thanks, Brother Zhou, I'll treat you to dinner later.
You're welcome, brother, it's just a small favor. After Zhou Song left, Chen Fan skillfully grabbed a chicken. Ding, slaughtered a chicken, chi and blood plus 0.1.
Chen Fan swiftly struck with his knife. The speed of slaughtering chickens was much faster than before. The minor accomplishment realm gale slash was not a joke.
More than 2 hours later, the day and night shifts changed.
Chen Fan went to the cafeteria for some food and came back to continue. Until dawn. 9 hours.
Chen Fan slaughtered the amount he did in the previous 2 days.
1,200 chickens. Open the system panel. Name, Chen Fan. Age, 18. Realm, 1-star martial artist. Chi and blood, 410-500.
Martial skill, gale/minor accomplishment.
Chi and blood is already at 410.
If we're talking about increasing chi and blood, Chen Fan is leveling up faster in the 6th factory than by killing fierce beasts in the wild.
Which makes sense.
In the wild, you must first ensure your own safety.
500 chi and blood is a 2-star martial artist. Chen Fan originally planned to go back to rest, so as not to delay going out of the city the next day.
But seeing that he was only 90 points away, he simply decided not to go back.
Strive for 2 stars tonight. The night quickly passed.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, it was time for another shift change.
Chen Fan left with the night shift workers. Looking at the panel again at this time. Realm, 2-star martial artist. Vitality, 501-1000. Now Chen Fan's physique is different from ordinary people.
Simply not sleeping for one night has little effect on him. Coming out of Slaughterhouse 6, Chen Fan had breakfast by the roadside and hurried to the city gate again.
An hour later. 0431 marker point. Here again today. Chen Fan was much more relaxed than yesterday. After all, he is a 2-star martial artist now. Today's goal is still level 1 ferocious beasts. Although he is capable now.
Chen Fan is worried that the knife is not up to par.
Ding! Slayed a level 1 ferocious beast rattlesnake, vitality +3. Ding! Slayed a level 1 ferocious beast saber-toothed pig, vitality +3.
Ding! Slayed a level 1 ferocious beast.
System prompts sounded continuously.
Noon, the rooftop of an abandoned residential area.
Chen Fan was full and satisfied.
He killed 60 level 1 ferocious beasts in the morning.
Once he let loose. It was truly terrifying. Chen Fan looked out towards the depths of the town.
Although the periphery is safe, the ferocious beasts are too scattered.
Searching for ferocious beasts takes a lot of time. Chen Fan plans to go a little deeper. After 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In an abandoned school, Chen Fan encountered a pack of wolves. Ding! Slayed a level 1 ferocious beast bloodthirsty blue wolf, vitality +3. Ding! Slayed a level 1 ferocious beast bloodthirsty blue wolf, vitality +3. Ding! Slayed a level 1 ferocious beast bloodthirsty blue wolf, vitality +3. Ding! The wolf pack followed one after another, and the long knife in Chen Fan's hand danced. Each strike would splash a flower of blood. Ding 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 ding.
The system's intense notification sounds rang incessantly. The battle lasted for more than half an hour. When Chen Fan stopped, under his feet was a pile of corpses of dire wolves stained with blood.
He was covered in blood.
On his hair and face. His clothes were soaked in blood.
He looked like a blood man. However,
not a drop of it was Chen Fan's.
It all belonged to the wolves. Chen Fan casually glanced at the panel. One glance. Even he was startled. Name, Chen Fan. Age, 18. Realm, 3-star warrior.
Chi and blood, 1051 5000.
Martial skill, Gale/Elementary. He's already 3 stars? Did I kill so fiercely today? Even Chen Fan himself couldn't believe it. However,
he killed 60 in the morning.
Looking at this pile of wolf corpses in the afternoon. Yeah. Indeed, it was fierce enough.
At the same time, Chen Fan also discovered that the span of Chi and blood clearly increased significantly from 3 stars to 4 stars.
Reaching 5,000.
Having advanced to a 3-star warrior, Chen Fan was happy, but he didn't dare to delay.
It was already 3:30. There were still so many materials to collect. If he kept busy, it might get dark. Chen Fan quickly took action. Jiangnan Base City, the lights were coming on.
The warriors who had ventured outside returned to the city one after another.
The city gates would be closed in another half an hour. That young man went out of the city today, right?
The soldier looked at his comrade beside him.
Yes, I left the city a little after 6. The soldier sighed. He hasn't returned yet, things look grim.
He was impressive yesterday, I had some expectations for his future achievements.
Didn't expect it to be so fleeting. What a pity. At this moment, his comrade suddenly exclaimed, "Look, someone's coming back."
The soldier also looked over. In the dim night, they could vaguely see someone sprinting towards them.
With a high, bulging load on their back. That's 2 backpacks? Sorry, I'm a bit late getting back today. Chen Fan swiped his martial artist badge, and after being allowed through, hurried towards the city.
The soldier and his comrade were dumbfounded.
After a good while. It's him, right?
It's him, with one large and one small backpack.
Did he kill 1 or 200?
One person killed more than a whole team.
Chen Fan arrived at the martial artist building. 4th floor, Wansheng Pavilion.
Du Chuanru, the owner of Wansheng Pavilion, was startled when he saw Chen Fan covered in blood. Seeing the two high, bulging backpacks behind him, his pupils constricted even further.
Little Chen, you're pushing yourself too hard. Are you injured? Du Chuanru asked with concern.
Chen Fan smiled, no, it's all the blood of the ferocious beasts. Hearing this, Du Chuanru felt relieved. At the same time, he couldn't help but marvel.
Please trouble boss Du to take inventory. Chen Fan said. Okay. Du Chuanru took out a pen and paper.
He took inventory, quoted prices to Chen Fan, and recorded them.
One by one. It took more than 10 minutes to count half of it. Suddenly, Du Chuanru picked up a material and couldn't help but exclaim in surprise, Little Chen, you've become a 2-star martial artist? What makes you say that, Boss Du? Chen Fan was a little surprised. Du Chuanru said with a smile, what makes me say that?
I have the material of a level 2 ferocious beast, the blood-soaked Azure Wolf King, in my hand. If you can even kill the blood-soaked Azure Wolf King, you're most likely a 2-star martial artist.
Blood-soaked Azure Wolf King? Chen Fan scratched his head, I don't remember.
I ran into a pack of wolves, so I might have killed it in passing.
Du Chuanru smiled in admiration. How long have you been at the 1-star level?
About half a year. Your chi and blood have improved quite quickly.
Breaking through to 2 stars is good, it will greatly enhance your survival abilities in the wild. Chen Fan simply smiled. He didn't answer. Half a year?
It's only been about 5 days, if you count it up.
Also, he's no longer a 2-star martial artist.
He's already 3 stars now.
After another while, all the materials were tallied up.
It came out to be a little over 710,000. Du Chuanru rounded it up for Chen Fan to 720,000.
Having finished up, Chen Fan was just about to leave. Du Chuanru stopped him, Little Chen, don't rush off. If you go out like that, you'll have a 100% return rate, won't you? There's a bathroom in the shop, go and wash up. There are some clothes of my son's in the wardrobe. They're all washed.
My son is about the same size as you, they should fit.
Chen Fan looked himself up and down.
And the sticky feeling on his body.
Then thank you, Boss Du.
Chen Fan went inside to rinse himself clean. And washed his clothes as well. When he came out, he directly put on the wet clothes.
Little Chen, didn't I tell you there were clothes in the wardrobe? It's alright, Boss Du, it's so hot, they'll dry in a bit. Coming out of Wanshan Pavilion, Chen Fan arrived on the 3rd floor. He'd been busy until now and hadn't had dinner yet.
Holding 720,000 in his hand,
Chen Fan decided to treat himself to a good dinner. Before long, a lavish dinner was laid out on the table. Chen Fan ate while still thinking about things in his heart.
Specifically, how to spend these 700,000 plus. It's not that he has too much money to worry about.
It's that there are too many places that need money.
Where should he use it first? First of all, martial skills. Chen Fan's battles in the wild have been successful, and the martial skills have contributed greatly. Even the lesser mastery is so powerful. What would the higher greater mastery, perfection, be like? If he buys the Gale/martial skill, the system can automatically learn it and then upgrade Gale/.
One book costs 25,000. I wonder how many books it takes to upgrade to great accomplishment.
Besides, Gale/ is just a yellow rank elementary martial skill after all.
Should I switch to a higher level martial skill? Next is the Battle Blade.
He is already a 3-star martial artist. He is capable of killing level 3 ferocious beasts. The Battle Blade in his hand now, the seller made it clear when he bought it.
It's fine for dealing with level 1 ferocious beasts.
It's difficult to break through the defense of level 2 ferocious beasts, and it risks breaking when facing the fierce attacks of level 2 ferocious beasts.
Obviously. The blade is holding him back a bit. Then there's the combat suit. He didn't buy it before because he was poor. Now he has more than 700,000 in hand, enough to afford it. Should he buy it? Finally, there's the spatial ring. It's too inconvenient to carry a backpack in the wild. Sometimes during battle, Chen Fan has to put down his backpack first. If he had a spatial ring, it would be much more convenient. Chen Fan went to take a look. A spatial ring with an internal space of 100 cubic meters costs 599,900. 100 cubic meters. That's a lot of space. Chen Fan thought it over and over. He wants them all. But right now, he can probably only get one or two. Before he knew it, he had finished eating. Chen Fan still couldn't figure it out. Use the process of elimination. Chen Fan first eliminated the combat suit. Next, he will definitely still be active at the 0431 marker point. Now he is already a 3-star martial artist. He might not be able to walk sideways in 0431, but at least his life is safe. The remaining options are martial skills, battle blade, and spatial ring. Chen Fan ultimately chose martial skills and the spatial ring. He now has 720,000 in hand, and the spatial ring costs just under 600,000. That leaves him with 120,000. He will take out 100,000 of that to buy 4 copies of Gale Slash. As for the battle blade, it's just a matter of a day or so. Besides, don't look at Chen Fan being a 3-star martial artist now. He still plans to focus on level 1 fierce beasts tomorrow. Don't ask why. The reason is high efficiency. This is the same reason why killing level 1 fierce beasts these past 2 days didn't raise his blood energy as quickly as killing chickens. Now that he's made a decision, Chen Fan stopped dwelling on it. He purchased a spatial ring.